Hello, hello, my friends. I have another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about Kringle candle, Yuzu, and Sage. Full disclosure, this candle was sent to me in PR. I've had it in my collection now for, goodness, probably a little over 2.5 months now. Finally getting around to doing a dedicated post-burn review on this fragrance. But you guys know, if you've been with me any length of time, you guys know I always strive to give you guys my honest thoughts about what my nose is smelling and how a candle performs in my home. So let's go ahead and talk about this fragrance, because on cold sniff, I will tell you guys that this was probably one of my favorite fragrances from the Kringle Spring and Summer 2025 collection. And I will tell you that even after burning, it still is up there in terms of one of my favorite fragrances from this collection overall. We have fragrance notes on this candle. Top notes: lemon, grapefruit, mandarin, yuzu. Mid notes: eucalyptus, mint, ginger, peach, apricot. Base notes: musk, coconut, kiwi, and watermelon. This specific candle that I am reviewing today for you is large 2-wick tumbler in 100% soy wax, and this candle was also poured on January 24th, 2025. All right, so if you look at those fragrance notes, you're probably thinking, what on earth would I be smelling? Because it looks like that is everything in the kitchen sink when it comes to fruit fragrances. On cold sniff, and even when this candle is burning, I will tell you what my nose primarily detects. Oddly enough, I definitely smell citrus in this candle. However, it is not a bold citrus fragrance, say like a straight up lemon or the fresh bergamot or their reserve orange scent. There are elements of citrus in this candle, but what I smell are elements of citrus mixed with a little bit of that peach and apricot in the mid notes. Um, tiny bit of herbaceousness, which I think would be the eucalyptus and the mint. I don't really detect anything super minty in this fragrance, but I do think that those mid notes are lending a little bit of, um, I would say, like herbaceous greenness to this candle. Now, it's nowhere near the herbaceousness that I was smelling in the mandarin petals, or even the garden fresh candle is definitely, like, if you want a good very green gardeny type of scent, that's going to be where you're going to go. So I want you guys to hear that, like, the mint and the eucalyptus in here maybe lends a little bit of summertime, like, herbal freshness to this candle, but it's not the dominant fragrances to my nose. There are base notes of watermelon, coconut, kiwi. I think maybe all of those lend a little bit of extra sweetness to this candle that is not coming from the citrus notes that are listed on the top notes. But I do get some of that yuzu. But the interesting thing is funny is that I do detect those stone fruit notes in the middle. And ironically, Cody, who you guys know, my husband, if you've watched any of the videos with him, he does not like peach fragrances. And I will tell you that he smells peach in this candle. So while this is not a straight up peach apricot type of scent, this is a fragrance that I have specifically burned more so when my husband is at work, just because I know that he doesn't really like fragrances like that. He didn't like this candle on cold sniff. So if you are somebody who does not like peach or apricot fragrances, that note is detectable in this candle, and you might want to know that. But I will tell you that, to my nose, sometimes peach and apricot fragrances can come across a little bit like cat urine. Like, I can also do that take with mango. But I am happy to tell you guys that my nose doesn't detect that at all in this fragrance. This is actually a very nice fruity, again, little tiny hint of herbal note in the background there. Excuse me, with that mint and eucalyptus in there. I don't really detect a whole lot of ginger in here either. It's a nice fruity fragrance. I would say that this is one of the fruitier scents that is offered in the new spring and summer lineup. you know, I did declutter the Aegean Zest. I did not like that fragrance at all. But this one, I would say outside of the country candle, they have their grape soda, which is like straight up like sugary grape scent. This is probably going to be for those of you who love kind of like light summery fruit type of fragrances. This is going to be the best option that you're going to want to go with. And it does blend well with a lot of other fragrances. I have actually been burning this candle alongside the oh, what is it? The Homeworks Luxe, the Tangerine Palazzo that was part of their winter Elton John collaboration. This pairs beautifully with that fragrance. If you have like, what is it? Sicilian Tangerine from Nest. I'm actually also thinking about pairing this candle, ironically, with Yankee Candle's Pink Sands, because this does have a base note of melon in it. I feel like this one actually could even probably go nicely with the new Melon Medley from Kringle and those little 3 wicks. This one is just, it's a very nice fruity scent that doesn't lean too citrus. It doesn't lean too much stone fruit. It doesn't lean too much melon. It's just, it's a beautiful fruit scent, I guess, with a little bit of green herbaceousness in the background. I've really been enjoying it. It's a very nice scent, very nice for this time of year, especially as we are coming into late spring, even starting to edge closer towards summer fragrances. This one is just beautifully done. If you tend to like fragrances like this, I would say go ahead and maybe get it in a 3 wick. I know a lot of people have just jumped right in and gotten it in the 4 wick. And I will tell you, we're going to talk about the performance right now because I do think that those extra wicks might be a good idea on this scent. So obviously, you guys, you can see nice deep wax pool here, beautiful clean burn, no soot. Even the wicks are performing very, very well on this fragrance for me. The reason why I am going to say that you might want to get it in some of the formats that are offering additional wicks is that I am finding that the strength and throw on this candle is anywhere between a 6 and a 7. It's about a medium strength for me. It does really well in the closed concept bedroom, but when I've burned it out here in my open concept, it does want to stay more so in the living room. It doesn't really project all the way into my kitchen area, and it's a little bit lighter out in the open concept. When I burn it again in the closed concept, the fragrance is detectable. It's noticeable. You will notice it in a room that has lower ceilings. But again, out in the open concept for me, which has some high ceilings, high vaulted ceilings, and now we're starting to run air conditioning and ceiling fans, I do find that the fragrance does get a little bit lost. So I would say that maybe attempting this, if you really, really like this fragrance, if you've purchased it in a wax melt or a daylight and you know that you like this scent, I would suggest either getting it in a 3 wick if you don't want a ton of it, or go ahead and invest in getting the 4 wick of this candle, which it is available in that format. And I did mention that it is also available in 3 wicks, daylights, and wax melts. That would be the route that I would suggest. Overall, you guys, do I see myself clamoring to get backups of this fragrance? No, I don't. I do like it, but I do feel like there's a couple of other fragrances that I am just enjoying a little bit more at the moment. That being said, is this a fragrance that I would possibly repurchase later on down the road, maybe next year, when there are some other new releases and I'm looking for some complementary scents? Yes, I could see myself repurchasing it, but do I see myself needing to buy a backup of it right now? No. That's kind of where I would go with this fragrance. I do like the scent a lot. I think that it's a very versatile, fruity type of scent for this time of year, but it's not overly sugary fruity. It's a nice scent. Again, a little bit more prominent for me. I do detect the peach and apricot notes in there, but the citrus notes are done well in here. And I typically don't like grapefruit either, by the way, you guys, and I don't detect anything overly grapefruity in this candle as well. It's just, it's kind of a kitchen sink of fruity candles, but it's more of not a fruity cocktail type of fragrance. It's definitely more in line with like a sweet citrus fruity blend, but there's probably a little bit of melon and there's some stone fruit mixed in there with a slight hint of an herbaceous note in the background. Very, very well done. Nice conceptual scent. It's not like anything that I have ever smelled in some of the other retailers. So kudos to Kringle for going a little bit outside of the box. I will still say that this is one of my favorite fragrances from the Kringle lineup. If you're going to ask me, you know, from this new lineup to rank just the Kringle side, not the country, I would put this one at number 1. Garden Fresh would be number 2, Spanish Moss number 3. I would say, and then from there, the other 3, I ended up decluttering from my collection. So those, the Aegean Zest is definitely last place for me. I would say maybe the Sea Salt and Bergamot would be number 5, and the Chiffon Parfait and Peony. I did like that fragrance, but I was just kind of, I received it at a time where I was done with, burning kind of floral peony type of fragrances. So I was kind of over it, and I did gift that candle. So overall, you guys, yeah, this one is still my number 1 from the Kringle lineup for this year. And it's a great fragrance. I believe that this candle was listed for 30% off during the Easter sale, but I do have a discount code with Kringle. It is Katie15. It will save you 15% off of your purchase, especially if you're considering purchasing this in one of those large 4-wicks. Those retail, I think, for $45, and those usually do not go on sale. Very rarely are they included in any sales. So if you're wanting to purchase this candle in that big 4-wick format, my affiliate code will save 15% on that purchase. It is eligible for a commission, so please only use that if you are comfortable doing so. And I do thank you if you do choose to do that, because it does allow me to turn around and reinvest some money into my channel. And also, for a lot of the ambassadors, when our codes get used, that tells Kringle that they should continue to send us PR to review for all of you guys. So I really genuinely do appreciate it when you guys do use my code. It helps my channel keep going. So let me know in the comment box down below if you purchased this candle, what your experience has been with it. Have you purchased it in the larger 4-wick format? I know I've seen quite a few of you guys in the Kringle group went ahead and dove in and got it in that format. And I'd love to hear what your burn experience has been with it in that format. Again, please hit thumbs up if you found this review helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I will have my Caramel Sundays preview video hopefully going up tomorrow for you guys, and I will have my candle chat video coming up this weekend for you guys. So again, thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. Until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.